Hi, Joanna. So we're looking at the key of C there and talking about the scale and the kind of stuff you can do with the scale, right? So as I said, the scale is nothing more than a bunch of notes that sound good together. So you can kind of just take the little bits that are useful for you, and then just carry on with whatever you were doing. It's you just kind of take little pieces of it, add it into whatever you're doing, and then you don't really need to take it any further than that. So first of all, the scale anyway is starting off on the open A string, 2 3. So open 2 3, same again on the next string. Then open 2, then open 1 3, open 1 3. Okay. So it's all kind of hanging around here. So again, so you want to just go all the way up on it and then back down. So as I always say, proportion is really important, right? So what you don't want to do is this, kind of gaps between the strings. If you have to put in a gap like that, then that just means whatever you're doing on each single string is too fast. So just slow it all down. So you got it like that, because for good phrasing like that, getting the right proportions between the notes is really important. So then we've got three techniques, right? We've got pull-offs. Now you can pull off onto another fretted note and then do it again if you like, slides and hammer-ons. Okay, so just a couple of little phrases we did. First one was, okay, so that's third fret pull off onto the open on the first string, first fret pull off to the open on the second string. Then we're just hitting the second fret of the G string and then hitting the two open strings, or if you want to make it more like an A minor, you can just get down, first finger down on the first fret on the B string. So that's okay. Another one, kind of a lead into an A minor, is a nice little hammer on here on the second fret of the D string and the G string. Hit the open bass note, in that case the A string, and then full A chord. So nice little thing to throw in there. And then we had, I think, one more. I'm not 100% sure are these exactly the same as what we did necessarily, but again, it's just about kind of stringing the notes together some kind of way. So let's try that one as well. So we've got pull off, first fret, and then let's throw a hammer on in instead. So we're going pull off on the first fret of the second string, open to hammer on the third fret of the G string, hit the bass note, fifth string open, and there's your A minor chord. Now, with this little one, you might want to hammer on with your third finger here, because that's how it's going to be for that shape, right? The A minor shape. So you can pull off here with your first, hammer on with the third, and then the rest of the chord just kind of falls in around that more naturally. Okay, so one more time, you've got this one. And then, so just move around the scale, see what other phrases you can come up with, and particularly using slides and hammer-ons and that kind of thing. So, like maybe slide up, slide all the way back down, pull off, and then land on the A note there, second fret on the G string for an A minor, or just the open G string and hit a C chord. So that's open G and then C major over that. So again, just get familiar with the shape of the scale just by going all the way up, all the way down a few times, and just kind of play about with it. It's at first those examples will kind of help you think about the kind of thing you would normally do with that kind of scale. But eventually, you sort of just feel your way around it in your own way. You know what I mean? You know, sort of, for example, I was telling you that one of my favorite things to do with it is this kind of double pull off here. Any phrase that starts with that. And that just happens to suit me. I just kind of like the way that kind of rolls off the fingers the way it does. So it's just and you know, I found that by just messing about. You know, seeing what works and what doesn't. So, but you won't really be able to do that kind of experimenting comfortably until you're familiar with the scale and you kind of go all the way up, all the way down, and you can kind of see it plotted out on the fretboard before you even play it. You know, that kind of familiarity, which isn't. You'd be surprised how quickly you can get that if you just kind of, you know, play the scale up and down very repetitively. It's a bit grindy, but it's very doable. And again, you know, you only need to just take little bits and pieces of it here and there just to kind of spice things up and get a bit more melody into your playing, into your chords as well. Right, I'll talk to you next time.